Congrats, Mindless, on getting first over on Twitch. Congrats. Oh, did y'all hear? Actually, let me save that for when we're fully yapping. What? David, I would never. What do you mean? I am the elephant in this room, okay? SMH. Oh, whoops. I forgot that you guys hear that if I don't connect my phone before I start streaming. Oopsies. My bad. Of course. Alright, I don't think... Oh, there's rain in this ASMR. Oh wait, where are my glasses? Sorry, y'all. I'm a mess today. This is a bit of a messy start. My bad. You know what? I'm just gonna find some music to play while we yap today. I was going for the whole integrated ASMR, but... Alright, there we go. Hi, Jet. I got back a little bit late from work because the roads were awful today and people forget how to drive all the time. So that's why the start of today's stream is a bit of a disaster. But hi, hello. How are you guys doing on this lovely Thursday afternoon, evening, depending on where you are? Hopefully you're doing well. I had a busy day today. And I'm so tired, but I'm happy we get to yap again. Anytime I have these like 2 or 3 days between streams, I'm always like, God, how much longer till next stream? Is forever. Friday early morning there. Oh, well, good morning. I hope you'll have a good day today then. That actually, you know what? This is a nice little segue into one of the things I wanted to talk about. So I was going through. Oh, you guys can see my mouse. Dang it. You know what? Let me move this tab over here. Friggin' man. 3:30 a.m. Oh gosh, very early morning then. I hate getting up at 6 a.m. I couldn't imagine being up at 3:30 a.m. against my better wishes. Where are these analytics? Audience. Ah, right. So, one of the things I was like, oh, I should tell chat about this. This is like a interesting little tidbit. But our channel analytics have changed a little bit this year. You fell asleep at 5 p.m. Oh, that makes sense then. That's a little more expected. But this year, you know, our geographies, our top audience areas, essentially, last year were US, Canada, and the Philippines. And majority of last year, that's kind of where our audience was mostly at. I think near the end of the year, Brazil beat out the Philippines. But this year, we've had a switch, and now it's US, Canada, and the UK. So we got some British lurkers in here. I was just browsing through my audience tabs because I always like looking at the statistics to see, you know, what the age range of y'all is, or if you guys mostly watch on phone or TV or tablet or whatever else it may be. I just think it's interesting to look at. And I realized Canada grew a lot and the UK grew a lot, which is super, super cool. And also, Japanese subtitling grew a lot, which I feel a little bad about. I don't subtitle any of my stuff. Oh, that reminds me, I need to change my Twitch panels, but kind of all over the place. It's essentially YouTube telling me like, hey, Japanese viewers are trying to get your videos translated into Japanese. It's like no subtitles, English, then Japanese. And I am so sorry that I do not know enough Japanese to subtitle my videos, or I absolutely would. I know I used to have a subtitling software I would use that would translate my my words on stream, but I think it only really worked for Twitch, so I kind of stopped using that, but I'll have to look into it again. Where have I been? Working. I got a job, y'all. I've also just been having fun. I'm working on a secret little project that I don't know if I will or will not tell you about, but I'm hoping to start it this summer. And so any of my free time, since I'm not taking commissions at the moment, has been used to just be a creative little freak. Grab a pint. Oh, I wish I had a pint right now. I'll probably have some rum and coke tonight. Does it involve singing again? I wish. I wanted to put out more covers this year, and my plan was every quarter, but I don't know. I just haven't felt confident in my voice recently. I don't know why. Every time I go to record, I hate everything. I'll record for an hour and then be like, this is all garbage. This isn't usable. I really need to do like proper lessons instead of you know, following along to YouTube lessons. I started using BandLab, I think is what it's called, because I saw a lot of the VTubers that I like to watch sing were using it for their covers. And not only is it new program struggles, but it's also just hating everything struggles. But we'll see. Maybe early March, my singing motivation will come back. I gotta worry about it. I'm a part-time idol, you know? I wanna be a stinky little singer. But hopefully soon. Hopefully. Now that I know I can key change in Chrome, I will probably try to work on that a little more. But outside of that, yeah, I've mostly just been working on little things here and there for myself. I still need to work on updating my portfolio for VGen and for commissions and stuff like that, but I've just been kind of having fun working on my own stuff. I even was debating getting another customizable model, because this one doesn't really work with other outfits or aesthetics, personally, for me. No worries, David. Go rest, relax. I hope the rest of your day goes well. Try not to sleep at 5 p.m. again. Yeah, I think probably not today, but tomorrow or the next day, so Friday or Saturday, we'll do an extra stream, a little surprise demo day, because I have, oh gosh, like 9 or 10 demos on my desktop that I really, really want to try. And I know I could wait till like next week and just schedule another demo day, but I don't know. I just kind of really, really want to check these out. I have been just slowly scrolling through the Next Fest tag on Twitter to see what people are posting about their games. I've been browsing through Steam. Who else? Oh, I also saw one of my favorite VTubers, Maury Faye, talking about Next Fest and like cozy games to play during Next Fest. Cozy demos to try out. And I was like, ooh, I should look into that, because, I mean, I know on this channel we don't do too much cozy content. I used to do almost exclusively cozy content though, so I was like, that would be fun to have just a day of going back to that old school stuff. It's the same with like I don't know if y'all are Stardew fans like myself, but it's the 10-year anniversary of Stardew Valley today. And so I was waiting for the announcement, hoping, crossing my fingers, that the wizard would be a new romanceable character, because there were 2 teased, and it was not. It's the desert lady. I think she's desert lady. I can't remember, honestly. And Clint are the new marryable NPCs. I don't know if that's even what you would call them, but that is who got it instead. But I was like, ooh, maybe I will go back to Stardew Valley. Because I haven't played since it like first came out. I was super into it like the first year it came out. And I've played a ton since, mostly just multiplayer with friends, and those usually don't last super long because, you know, co-farming is a struggle. So I thought it might be fun to do maybe on one of my days off next week, just a whole day of Stardew Valley with like mods for aesthetics and stuff like that, and then also just getting to see all the new stuff they've added over the years, because obviously a ton has changed since the first year it was out. Like, the game got easier, there's a lot more to it. There's been so much added to the game in the 10 years that it's been around, so I really want to, I don't know, check it out again. Get that nostalgia and try out some cozy content again. I'm trying to find a way to make more like sleep aid type content. Because that's what I personally really like, is putting on, like, one of my favorites is Smosh's Resident Evil collection video, Resident Evil the movie, I think they call it, or something like that, of them playing Resident Evil 8. What did I miss? Just a little bit of yapping. Talking about analytics and singing and such. But right now, I'm trying to figure out how to make more sleep aid comfy content. Because I think, I don't know how y'all view my content. I know mostly I get chaotic, but I also get comfy just as often, but I don't know if that's just because of my voice. So I've been thinking about making more sleep aid, relaxing content and playing some quote-unquote cozy or wholesome games. I just think it's really, really fun. Really interesting. And so I don't know, Stardew is something I'm thinking about. I guess we are also playing that Shire game, I think tomorrow. Any noise? Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. But I do I even mention I think I've mentioned to y'all before that Cryotic was the inspiration to me becoming a YouTuber when I was a tween. Him, Ethos Lab, and the Rad Brad. And so having the kind of goofy but cozy sounding videos is what I like. But I watch a lot of like quote-unquote comfy streamers, and I was like, man, maybe I should try giving that content a shot again, because I used to exclusively do that in the past. Yeah, I love Brad. Anytime I really care about a game and really want to see a good playthrough, he is always who I go to. He's like the reason why I do my best not to talk through cutscenes, is because I love watching his playthroughs, and I'm like, I want to know the story. I want to hear the cutscenes. And so he's kind of infiltrated my brain anytime I play a game with cutscenes. Which is a little bit bad for the dating sims that I play. 'Cause sometimes the chatting, especially if there's voice acting, goes on for a while, and I just sit here silently watching the game with y'all. But yeah, I love Brad, love his content. Etho, love his content. I wish I could be like Etho and just have one game that I play, but I just could not. My brain turns to mush when I do that. When I very, very first started this channel, actually, on YouTube, I only played, oh gosh, what was that daily game? I'm forgetting, but I would post a video every single day of me playing just one cozy game and doing the dailies. It was terrible content. I did my best at the time, but as a nervous little baby, it was not the best content, I would say. But yeah, I've just been thinking about, I have the voice for it. Why not make some comfy content? I think it'd be really fun to do like a whole channel for it or something. I don't know. I always am flip-flopping between working on my own content and working on like fan channels. I can never decide. It's really tough. Oh, that's fair. Some of the very first YouTube video channels I watched were native creators, like specifically Pause on Pause, I believe is his name. I remember watching his Minecraft series when I was little, and I just remember being like, wow, that's so crazy. Native people can be YouTubers? We can make content? Really? Maybe it's just because I grew up super rural, super isolated. I'd never known anyone in my life to work in entertainment or the arts or anything like that who was indigenous. And so seeing him on YouTube, it felt much more reachable, within reach, compared to, you know, indigenous actors that you'd see on the screen back in the day. It was very, very cool. He taught me, actually, I think I've talked about this before, but Pause on Pause is the reason I found out I had anxiety when I was younger. I was having panic attacks for a long time. Never said anything about it because I grew up in a place where, like, mental health was myth and it's just big pharma trying to sell you drugs type place. So hearing Pause talk about his mental health and talk about anxiety, it like gave me the vocabulary for what I was feeling and going through. And it, like, I genuinely think back on it and I'm like so glad that I watched his stuff, because I just didn't know what was happening to me. I was like, why do I get home from school and then just have to sit on the ground in a ball for like half an hour? This is probably normal and fine, huh? I'm probably just crazy. And then, lo and behold, Pause on Pause to the rescue. All of them, though, in that Minecraft server. What was it? Minecrack? Mindbreak? Mind something? Hell yeah. I'm glad YouTube is such an inspo to so many of us. It's truly just the best. That's why I'm always like, I hope that I can be half as inspiring as all the creators who have inspired me over the years. If I'm lucky, I'll inspire at least a few people. Even if it's not to get into creating, if it's to try a new food or to do a new thing or whatever it may be. I just think it'd be the coolest thing ever. That's all I hope for. That's the only reason I really make stuff. I mean, genuinely what I do here is just what I would do for my friends in a Discord call. Is just yap, be an entertaining little clown while we game together. So the only reason I post it is hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully more people will like it, and hopefully they'll do things to me. Actually, there was one thing I got asked by someone. I wrote down these questions somewhere. somebody was asking me, like, how do you describe your personality on stream? And I was like, I don't know. I always just say it's me, but like turned up, because off stream I'm not as much a yapper if I'm not gaming. I'm kind of just like, I will sit there and be an active listener rather than be anyone leading a conversation. But on stream, I am a yapper. And I'm like, I guess chaotic is usually what I say, even if it's not the most accurate. I'm like, I've been described that way by a person or two, so I guess that's the best. But I don't really know how to describe my channel vibe. I'm just like I'm a little internet clown, and I hope that I'm comedic. That's it. I don't know how to describe myself. And now I've just been thinking about it on and off for like the last 2 days of just like, dang, how do I describe myself? I was like, if I were to sell my channel to somebody, like for sponsorships or something, how would I describe it? Just like, I don't know. I'm like, maybe I should do some research and figure out like how I would classify my channel, because I don't know. I don't know if calling myself an internet clown would fly with everyone. Cozy chill. Yeah, because usually I do get described as chaotic by a few people, but when I think chaotic, I'm thinking like Chibi Doki or Filian or any of those like absolute chaos gremlins. And I don't think I really give off that energy unless I'm torturing you guys in a co-op game, because then how can I resist? But just in the day-to-day, I think chill probably might be the best description, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to put out a little vote and see what y'all think. I don't know. Yeah. That's what I think. Maybe it's my aesthetic. Maybe I should have gone more cozy aesthetic, but that's not me. This is the aesthetic of my model is the aesthetic of IRL me. Just the worst metal tees you've ever seen. And cargo pants usually. Chill and cozy. Yeah, that's what I think. I guess those are the best words to describe it. I don't bust eardrums. Yeah, honestly, I get scolded all the time. Ugh. In shorts, especially the YouTube ones when they do well, because I don't expect every short to do incredibly well, because I post daily. Obviously, they're not like super highly edited masterpieces. They're just like little clips that I kind of edit down to take out silences and then add subtitles to. But every once in a while one goes like a couple thousand views and I go, and I get like 3 or 4 comments that are like, wow, I really like your voice, but you're like too quiet. And I go, don't tell me that. I know. I have a cloud lifter. I have a really shitty audio interface. I boost myself like through 3 different ways and I'm still very quiet. Ah! It's so frustrating. Every time it happens, I'm like, I'm trying my best. I'm just so terrible with audio. I promise. I slept through all of my audio classes. My teacher was monotone. Ah, really? Hmm. That's like my number one thing with being a VTuber is like I don't. Everyone's like, if your voice matches the model, that's like perfect. But I don't ever think about that when I watch VTubers. I'm never thinking about like, does this person's voice match their aesthetic? Because I'm like, man, I'm watching two cute dog girls. I'm not really thinking about if their voices match the model. I'm thinking about how much I like their personalities. So anytime people bring that up, I'm like, I don't know how I would, like, what if I were to quiz 100 people, or like, not quiz, like get the opinions of 100 people, what would the version of me they think my voice would match 100% be? Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. I think my little personal bias for chaotic is always short VTubers. Like any VTuber that's particularly short for some reason. Trying to think of examples other than Chibidoki, but I'm blanking right now. But there's a lot of like the V4 Mirai girls who are really chaotic. I feel like they're all shorter. So anytime in my head a VTuber isn't incredibly chaotic, they're taller. But that's my personal bias through my own experiences of watching VTubers. Yeah, stuff like that I think about all the time. Yeah, that is true. Gigi and Bibu are both very, very chaotic. I feel like Bae, to a certain extent, is... I mean, she is chaos, but she's also can be quite chaotic. But yeah, V4 Mirai. A lot of the brave girls who are shorter, I feel like, are chaotic. Does that correlate with real life? Now that's a question. Do short people hold more chaos in them? Is that why? Yeah. It's... Probably. Ask a short person you know, guys. Let me know. Let's do an analysis. Get away with it more too. Yeah, I guess it's more intimidating to have a tall person be chaotic, because you're like, whoa, you're tall, you're big, you gotta be chill. I still wish I was 6 foot. That's my dream. I wish I was a tall lady. I feel like that'd be so cool. Instead I have to be freaking 5'7". Ugh. I want to be 6 foot so bad. I want to shoot hoops. Do you know how much volleyball I would have played if I were taller? Man. I feel like, I don't know, this is probably not the same for most places, but in my town, baseball and volleyball were like the most popular sports when I was growing up. And so I was always jealous of the faster people and the taller people. I was like, man, I'm not great at either of these sports. It's a good height. It's true. The thing is, my dad's like 6 foot or something, and my brother's like 6'3". I am the tallest lady in my family, except for one of my aunts, so I can't complain that much. I just wish I were taller. Just because I think it would be funny. Mostly. That's like the main reason. I think it'd be a good bit to just be really tall and weird. I love watching like 6-foot ladies who troll people. Maybe I just think I could get away with more if I were taller. Me personally. Not every tall person, but me specifically, yeah. Hmm. But I feel like it's also proportions are different. 6'5" lady with the energy of Chibi-Doki. Yes, exactly. That's my dream. I would love that. Chibi-Doki, I'm sending the every thought of you growing. I assume like a foot. I'm using all my brain powers to send you a foot of height right now. Do you know how much I would laugh? It'd be so good. Please, Chibi-Doki, become a foot taller. Oh. Me and my coworkers do that all the time. Specifically, me and one girl. Anytime we're not feeling great, we're like, I'm sending you all my stomach ache pain. Ah! We just put our hands to our head like we're sending the energy. Or like those people on Twitter who are like, you know what? Fuck this specific YouTuber. I'm sending you all of my pains. I'm focusing all my energy so you get a stomach ache. I love that. He's so funny. I forget. There is something specifically I wanted to yap about, but now I'm blanking. Yeah, basically, Antares. That's basically what we do. But one time it worked too well, and my coworker did get a really bad stomach ache later in the day, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm too powerful. I won't do it next time. Which... I'm sending you a stomach ache right now, Antares. You specifically. I gotta test it one day. I'm gonna do a really long stream and I'm gonna pick one specific person in chat and I'm gonna send them a tummy ache. And by the time I end stream, they better have one. I think it'd work perfectly. Mm. Oh, I remember now. I wanted to talk about voice acting because I think I'm gonna send in one of my first ever voice acting auditions. I saw a posting and I read through the characters and what they had of the story up, And I was like, ooh, this sounds really interesting. Like, this seems super cool. Like a super cool little, like, indie project. And I was like, okay, I like this character. I'll read out the lines, check it out. And I was like, ooh, I don't know. There's probably like voice acting specific classes. I haven't done that. I did acting lessons like a year or two ago online through, I think it was University of London. I can't remember. Some university. I still get emails from them being like, hey, we have another course similar to this. If you'd like to take it, you can do it fully remote, blah, blah, blah. But I haven't done anything like specifically like voice acting pointed niche. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but not a specific voice acting class, essentially. And I'm very nervous about it, but I'm excited too. This was something that I don't think I put on my New Year's resolutions, but it is something I've been wanting to do. Mostly because I get told often that I should read audiobooks and stuff like that, so I thought, why not give this a shot? So I'm very, very excited. Oh, yeah, I feel like the only thing I feel like I might struggle with is lingo. That tends to be the thing with a lot of jobs I struggle the most with. Like when I was studying to be an electrician, which even though it didn't work out, one of the like biggest things I struggled with was every tool and item and thing that you could need on a job site had a different nickname depending on who you worked for or where you worked or what type of specific version of like this specific what was it? It was like a metal box to hold the plugs. And I asked about it 3 different electricians, 3 different answers. And I was so pissed because I was like, that's not the actual name of it. And you all use different nicknames. So if you ask me to go grab this nickname thing, how am I supposed to know what that is? I was fuming about it for so long. It's like one of those weird little things about new jobs that I hate is all of the lingo or nicknames or just little things that you're like, oh, you should know what that is. And you're like, well, actually, no, I shouldn't because I'm new. What do you mean? Yeah, it's so frustrating. I still remember when I learned what daisy chaining was in production. And I was like, why is it called that? Why would you... I hate everything. I hate it here, man. Doodad, yeah. Honestly, that thingamabob or thingamajig, that's definitely the best way to call it. You used to have to daisy chain controllers? Wait, I'm googling this. Wait, that's crazy looking. What the heck? I did not know that was a thing outside of production. That's neat. That's crazy. The heck are these Panasonic controllers? What even? I guess if you're all like sitting in a row in front of the TV, that does make sense, I guess. I think like the first time I played multiplayer games was the GameCube? No. I think N64. I can't remember which one I had first. Whatever one my brother got sick of first, I had first. Pretty dumb practically, yeah. That's crazy. I had no idea it was a thing outside of production. Neat. My first ever was a PS2, I think, because my brother moved for college and I got to keep it, because it was expensive. But I don't remember what I had after that. It was the GameCube or the N64, whatever one my cousins handed down to me first. I can't remember. It might have been the N64. I know if I go look through my N64 games, I definitely have more games with my cousin's name written on them. Because that's how we would keep, you know, games from being stolen from each other. It was just writing your name in permanent marker on the cartridge. So I have a bunch of N64 games with two of my older cousins' names on them. So I think it must be the N64 that I had first. Then, yeah, I also got a hand-me-down GameCube and a bunch of GameCube games then. And I think... I can't remember if the Xbox was also a hand-me-down. And I think Xbox 360 was my first ever, like... I bought this console. The expensive ones you have didn't get written on. That's lucky. I don't know if any of the ones I have are expensive. I have like 9 or 10 downstairs. Because my mom wanted to like just throw away all my old gaming stuff, and I was like, no, I still love gaming. Like, give it to me. I will happily play them. I didn't know you still had my friggin' GameCube shoved somewhere in the basement. Hand it over. That's like the same thing with my acoustic guitar I just got for Christmas. I like originally asked my parents for one for Christmas. I was like, if you can find one for like under $100, like I wouldn't mind having an acoustic guitar for Christmas. Just like, don't spend a bunch of money, blah, 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 whatever. It's like a hobby I want to try out. And then my mom was like, oh yeah, I still have your acoustic guitar from junior high. It's in the basement in the rafters. I shoved it up there, like this time of year, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what do you mean you had my guitar in the rafters and you didn't tell me? What the heck? SMH. Parents, man. It's the same with like, I used to have a huge Yu-Gi-Oh card collection. And I'm pretty sure my parents got rid of that when we moved back from the city to my hometown. And so I'm like, think of all the Yu-Gi-Oh cards I could have still had. I know I had a giant, those like little metal containers that you would get when you would buy them. I think I had 1 or 2 of those full of cards. Game Boy games. Oh, Oh, you know, actually, I sold a lot of my PS Vita games, I remember. But I think that was the only like gaming thing that I ended up selling some of that I was super bummed about. Because now I still love my little PSP. I still play my PSP Vita every once in a while right now. Oh, 1 second, y'all. I'll be right back. I'll put you back on the starting soon screen. Sorry about that, y'all. The roomies were asking about ordering food, which I can't because I have some chicken in the fridge I need to cook, but boy, was it tempting. You ever just like really, really crave Pizza 73? Because man, I've been craving like some curly fries, some wings maybe. And of course some pizza. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of pizza, I still really, really like Pizza 73's pizza. But I think instead, I'll either make some like yangnyeom, like sweet and spicy flavored Korean chicken, but just use like the seasonings on the ground chicken I have, or maybe soy garlic. We'll have to see. Once I start cooking, I'll decide. Yesterday, actually, for the first time ever, I made my own gravy. Usually I just buy the little like brown gravy packs whenever they're like, I don't know, a quarter for a bag. Usually after the holidays of like Thanksgiving or Easter or Christmas, they'll go on sale pretty cheaply. And so I'll just buy a couple, like 3 or 4 that I'll use throughout the year. But yesterday I realized I didn't have any more, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have some grilled sausage for dinner, but I kind of want a sauce with it. And so I decided to try making my own gravy, and it turned out pretty good. It wasn't as like thick as I usually prefer my gravy, but for like my first time ever making some, it's pretty dang delish. I am quite happy with how it turned out. I made it really peppery though. I think our pepper grinder is just kind of breaking down, because sometimes I swear that the pepper when I grind it is just like split in half. And I'm chewing peppercorns. I swear it feels like that. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what it feels like. But it was pretty yummy. I gotta learn some more sauces. I love sauce over food. There was one time I made this like cream dill sauce for my chicken. Oh, it was so good, but I've lost the recipe and I have not made it since. But I think about it often. Thank you for the hydrate and the posture check. Thank you, thank you. Oh yeah, I'll have to look for new like starting soon and ending soon screens again, because February will be over soon. Like soon. I forgot. I feel like February went by so fast. If you guys see any cute starting soon screens out there on the interwebs, let me know. We'll see. We'll see what kind of aesthetic I go for March. But I think this year I want to try to like change it every month if I can. As long as things don't go crazy and I don't get crazy busy. I think it'd be really fun to just like kind of like how these chatting streams have been changing every time I do them. I try to do a new little kind of setup, background, foreground, etc. I think I'd like to do the same for the starting soon and ending soon screens. You know, keep a consistent aesthetic over on YouTube, but at least here on stream, I think it'd be fun. I don't know, maybe I'll find somebody who does starting soon and ending soon screens that I really fit with. But for now, I think I'll just stick with changing it. At least until we get 2.0. Hopefully this year we'll get 2.0 model and I'll be able to set up all of the stuff I've gotten for it, like scene transitions and etc. So, anyways, I think today, y'all, I'm gonna keep it short. I am so tired. I think I'm actually just gonna go take a nap after this. I love a good nap in the afternoon. I do have to admit, even if I do wake up starving. I'll see you guys tomorrow, though. I think tomorrow is the Hobbit game, no? Wait, let me double check so I'm not spreading misinformation. Yes, tomorrow is Tales of the Shire. So it'll be a chill stream. I'll probably look up how long it is, and we may start a little earlier if it is longer than expected, just so that we can, you know, try to bang out the whole game in one stream, since it's my day off. Yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for hanging out. Get my walking feet ready. Is that game Walking Simulator? Am I missing something? Eh? Oh no. Well, I'm definitely not gonna look into it now. I gotta be surprised if it turns out to be a walking simulator. But thank you. I will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, different activity. They are all barefoot. I'll ponder this. Bye-bye.